Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am 19 weeks pregnant, but today I'm going to actually record the first trimester update because I told myself I was going to make a first trimester update like literally at the end of my first trimester and I never did. It says your second trimester is from week 13 on. Okay, so we're going to do week 12 forward. So first thing I'm going to go over is my due date. So I am due on January 18th. So based off of my date of last period, they said January 17th, but she said usually they go off of the ultrasound. They do a growth scan. I can't remember when we had it. I think maybe like 12 weeks or something. And they go off the size of the baby then to kind of see if they need to change your due date around. So the ultrasound tech gave me a due date of January 15th. But then when I went back to my OB, she told me they were going to say January 18th. So we're just going to go with January 18th. And I'm fine with that because with this go around, I had a C-section with my first pregnancy. So I really want to try a VBAC this time. I'm okay with a C-section. Like we'll see how far along, like once I get farther along, if a VBAC is a good choice for me. I don't know, I wouldn't love a repeat C-section, but if that's the safest option for me and for my baby, then of course that's what I'm going to do. And it's not going to be like the end of the world to me to have another C-section. My heart isn't super set on a VBAC at this point. But because of me having a C-section, if I do want to try for a VBAC, they will not induce me, which is fine with me because I was also induced with my son and I really would never want to be induced again unless there's a medical emergency, because induction just did not do well with my body. It took me a very long time to progress and dilate and it was extremely painful, and everyone that I've talked to that has had an induction says the same thing, especially for your first baby, that it just makes your contractions so much worse. And honestly, it makes me feel like that's probably part of the reason why I had a C-section, is because my body was just not ready. And I wonder if I went into labor on my own and I was able to labor on my own a little bit, if I could have ended up not with a C-section, because what happened was my son's head was big, and also on top of it he was facing up instead of down, so his neck was going like this as I pushed instead of like this. The baby's supposed to be able to like tuck their head and come out. So I had a super hard time. So it just makes me think, like, I don't know, because I was in labor for so long, so many hours, I was in labor for like 30 something hours and I was pushing for 3 hours, that my body was just so exhausted and had been through so much. And I really did not sleep at all. Well, I guess I did sleep, that's a lie, but barely through those 36 hours. So anyway, I just don't want to be induced again because I just don't feel like it's the best way to go. So she told me anyway that they don't want to induce me, or they don't induce after you have a C-section, because your chances of, I don't know exactly what it was, so don't, I'm not a doctor, but I know she said something about your uterus rupturing or your C-section scar opening or something. Like if they induce you, your chances go up for things like that happening. So I'm kind of happy with the my God, my brain cells. I don't know if this happens to anyone else, but when I'm pregnant, I can't remember anything. And I can't speak. My words just don't come out correctly. But with a January 18th due date instead of 15th, it gives me more time to go into labor on my own. So hopefully that happens. I'm really hoping that I can go to labor on my own and it will be a smooth birth this time, but we'll see. So we found out really early. I was tracking, like I said earlier, my ovulation for quite a few months. I think I was tracking for 4 or 5 months, at the time. And so I knew when I was ovulating. So we found out super early. I took a test at, I believe, I have a video on it, but I think I took my first test at 7 or 8 DPO, and got a feeding positive. And then I finally got the for real pregnant or not pregnant. I think I was 12 DPO. So we found out super early. I was only 4 weeks pregnant, I think. So pretty much from the beginning, I was exhausted, literally so tired. And this happened with my first pregnancy as well. I just get my first trimester is just complete exhaustion. I literally feel like I could fall asleep at any moment throughout the day. Like I could wake up and 30 minutes later I could take a nap. Like I'm so tired. And on top of it, I was extremely nauseous this time around. And I never experienced that the first time. Like I would be a little nauseous, but not like anything detrimental. But this time was horrible. And I feel so bad for people who are nauseous their whole pregnancy, because like I only had to deal with it for maybe like 2 months and it was horrible. I hated it. And for some reason, the biggest thing that made me nauseous was coffee. Iced coffee, hot coffee, like anything. I could not stomach it. I would take a sip of it and I would feel like I was going to throw up. So I was drinking coffee every single day before I got pregnant. So I think like me not drinking coffee on top of the fact that I'm already exhausted because I'm pregnant and I'm in my first trimester was just like, oh my God, it was horrible. Like I could not function. And then on top of the nausea and like food aversions, I can't eat meat, or like couldn't eat meat. It was disgusting to me. Anything besides like toast or carbs or like very bland, plain things like pasta. I even tried to eat yogurt, and yogurt like had this weird bitter aftertaste. Like almost it tasted like it went bad. Like it was not right, because I would take a bite and I'm like, is this expired? Like it literally tastes like sour milk. Like it does not taste good. And I would check and it'd be fine. And then Nate would try it and he's like, no, the yogurt's fine. Like, what are you talking about? So even like dairy would give me really bad aftertaste, and it was just not good. So really I was just eating pasta and toast. And then also I noticed like I would be super nauseous sometimes right when I woke up, or sometimes I'd be okay for a little bit, but if I didn't eat anything like a toast or like a bagel or something like crackers within the first like 20 minutes of waking up, I would throw up every time. And this pregnancy I didn't just get nausea, I got vomiting with it. And it was horrible. I would basically throw up every single day. Sorry, this is TMI, but if you're watching this video, you're probably pregnant yourself or you have been pregnant before, so this is really nothing new. Okay, so the next thing is, so I started wearing maternity clothes way earlier this time. I think I started wearing maternity clothes probably around like 10 weeks this time, especially like shorts and like things that were digging in the waist. Shirts I got away with for a lot longer, but pants and leggings and shorts, I had to start wearing maternity clothes way sooner this time around. I could have gotten away with wearing my normal shorts, but it was just like dig into my skin and I'm not into that, so I was not interested in being uncomfortable. And then kind of going along with that, this time around, like this pregnancy, I'm really trying to embrace the changes that are happening to my body more. Last time it was really, really hard for me. I've been a similar weight pretty much my whole life. Like I really, thank God, like haven't had to deal with struggles of gaining weight or like, I don't know, like body image issues. I've never like really loved my body, but it's never been like a huge issue in my life. So to see your body go through changes that you can't control, like you can kind of control, of course, when you're pregnant, you can eat healthy, you can work out, whatever, but your body is still going to grow and change and stretch in different ways. And that was super difficult for me to deal with last time. And I just felt super uncomfortable in my skin. I didn't like wearing form-fitting things. I felt like nothing really looked good on me, and I just didn't feel good about myself, like at all. And this time around, I'm really trying to mentally change that. Although I still don't feel like myself as much. Like I definitely don't feel like I look super cute or anything. This time around, I'm just trying not to let it get me down. Like I'm wearing lots of maternity clothes. I'm showing off my bump, even if I don't think it looks good. Like, because I know that this doesn't last forever. And I know that in a few months, I will have my body back to myself. And I can somewhat control, I can work out, I can work on this body, and I will have this body for the rest of my life. And pregnancy, especially because we don't know if we're gonna have a third baby, this might be my last pregnancy. So this might be my last chance to like fully embrace being pregnant. And even if we do have a third baby, like I just know that pregnancy is such a short period in your life. When you're pregnant, it feels like it's lasting forever, and you feel huge, and you feel like I'm never going to get my body back, or I'm never going to feel comfortable in my skin again. And of course, like even after you have the baby, your body changes. Like you get stretch marks, and it's never the same as it was. But I know that I'll feel comfortable in my skin again one day. And like overall, over my whole lifespan, if I live to be 60 years old and I'm pregnant twice, like that's really only a year and a half of your life that your body is taken up by someone else. And as like hard as it is, it's also beautiful. And I don't know, I don't want to get on like this long rant, but I'm just trying to embrace my body more and just like love the changes and just kind of like not beat myself up as much and not let it be some big issue that like brings me down and makes me sad and makes me like feel ashamed of my body or anything. Because although I don't love the way I look when I have a big belly, like it is what it is. And I don't know, there's no sense in being upset about it because I have plenty of time afterwards to fix that problem. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for my first trimester. It was pretty chill besides like being nauseous all the time. Pretty much right when I hit the second trimester, like 14 weeks, is when I noticed my nausea going away. I still get nauseous sometimes when I smell like certain smells, or if I'm like, I don't know, like if Bowden has like a really bad poop or something that's like super disgusting smelling, then I get nauseous. But not really as much with like food aversions. I can have coffee again. Thank God. I love coffee and I was missing it so much. So thank God I can have that again. And yeah, everything's pretty much back to normal. So besides being super nauseous, super tired, and having like major food aversions, that was pretty much all in my first trimester. I didn't gain a lot of weight. I think I gained maybe like 6 pounds total in my first trimester. Again, I have no idea if that's like normal. My doctor never said anything to me about it being excessive or not enough. So I think it's normal, but that's how much I gained. And yeah, I can't really do a bump shot because now I'm 19 weeks pregnant, so it doesn't really correlate, but maybe I'll insert some pictures at the end here of some update, like little shots, like little pictures I took. And yeah, that's about it. So if you guys have any other questions, or if you have anything you want to see from me or any video ideas, let me know down below. Or if you're due soon, or if you're due around January, February, anywhere like that, let me know in the comments below because I would be interested to follow you guys along. So that's it for today's video, but I will see you guys soon. Thanks so much. Bye.